We thank God for the $10.9 million judgment, because blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
It says in the Bible not to ever fear an evil report. Well, obviously this is an evil report, but it's going to turn out just great. It also says in the Bible, take joyfully the spoiling of your goods, and they're trying to spoil goods we don't even have, so we're going to be joyful.
We thank God for the $10.9 million verdict, because it is further proof that our calling and election is sure.
We thank God for the $10.9 million judgment, because it shows this nation has forgotten Him and has turned to persecute His servants.
I thank God for the $10.9 million verdict, because it's a small price to pay to get this message, America is doomed, in front of the eyes of the whole world. You can't pay for worldwide publicity that cheap.
The reason I say thank God for $10.9 million is because it will not buy them one drop of water in hell or bring one dead soldier back to life.
I'm so happy about that $10.9 million. To mock the jarheads, I say, hoo-ha!
Why am I thankful for a $10.9 million verdict? Because it tells me that the jury is thinking only like humans. They think that they can put a price on the Word of God. You show me you can unseat God from His throne with your verdict, then I'll be worried about what you're able to do.
We thank God for $10.9 million because no matter how many come and try to sue us to take money, it doesn't change one word of God. He still hates facts.
We thank God for the verdict of $10.9 million because it has caused the Word of God to fall like rain all over this world better than we ever could have imagined.
I thank God for the $10.9 million verdict because our faithful God has heard our prayers wherein we asked Him for a great door and effectual to be opened unto us so that we may preach this gospel to the whole world. And today, by this mechanism, the door has been taken off the hinges. We are taking it out a whole new door.
Way to go, America. You put us on trial for our religious beliefs. You can't bring back one dead soldier. All soldiers have been and are dying in vain. Thank God for $10.9 million.
I wonder how many drops of water you can buy in hell with that $10.9 million.
Silk Show! We thank God for the $10.9 million judgment because now everyone in the world gets to witness that when God opens a door, no man can shut it. Have you turned the TV on lately? Have you read a newspaper?
We thank God for the $10.9 million verdict because it will do them about as much good as Esau's bowl of pottage that he sold his birthright for.
We thank God for the $10.9 million because it changes exactly nothing. The soldiers are still dying, God still hates fags, America is still doomed, and you're going to hell.
The reason I say thank God for $10.9 million verdict is because it's by that means that hundreds of thousands, maybe by now millions of people have condemned themselves because they prayed to God for this outcome, but now they refuse to give God the glory. It's called blasphemy.
We thank God for the $10.9 million because every action He does, we should always thank Him. And if you don't, then you hate God in your heart and you're a bastard son.
We thank God for the $10.9 million judgment because you can't discuss the 10.9 without discussing the concepts of God hates fags, America is doomed, God hates America.
I thank God for the $10.9 million verdict because per Revelation 11:10, the whole world has to think that it has successfully shut up the prophets of God before the end can come.
Fear God and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come.
We say thank God for the $10.9 million judgment because that amount, when adjusted for inflation, is roughly equivalent to the 30 pieces of silver Christ was sold for.
We thank God for the $10.9 million judgment because those are the words that will be ringing in their ears for eternity. Yay!
We thank God for the $10.9 million judgment because it changes absolutely nothing. America is still doomed, the soldiers are still dying, and you're still going to hell.
We thank God for the $10.9 million verdict because it shows that God has blinded the eyes of the people of doomed America and has hardened their hearts such that they rage against His people rather than repenting for their filthy sins. His people give Him faithful words and they rage and throw a fit.
plane ticket to Maryland, $280. The price for the privilege of warning doomed America that the fruit of this nation is being dashed to pieces at the hands of an angry God, $10.9 million. Knowing that you're on the right side of God's standard and that by His grace He's given us hearts to fear Him, priceless.
Let me think. Would that 10.9 million stop our preaching? I need a little time to think about that, about a nanosecond. Not.